Hello, this is part 7 of SkyScape. In this part, we will see how to make in-game changes with the character to change the weather. For example, if we wanted to create a system where the character changes the weather, we can do it quite easily. The first thing to do is to search for SkyScape and search for SkyScape change weathers. This here is the new type of weather. We can promote it to a variable. And this here gives us the weather structure. For example, let's set it to increase the fog. And then we are going to copy it and place it in 4, but with the peculiarity that we will leave this empty. It will return to the default values. We will also increase the clouds a bit and set the sun to medium intensity. Alright, with this we can control the weather in-game for Tacitano. For example, when we hit play, here we have the time to change weather, which is set to 10. If you have seen the previous tutorials, you will understand what that is. And now, for example, I press 3. So what happens when I press 3 is it started to add fog. There we are, and when I press 4, it returns to the initial climate. What happens with this is that if I now start to change to 3, it won't do anything because you have to wait for this climate to end to be able to return to the previous one. That is, it can't be changed in between because it's a matter of how the transition is done. I press 3. Now that it was finished, the fog comes back, the clouds lower again. But if I am changing 4 and no, it does nothing. To make it look more graphic, let's put a print string here and assign a 3 to this 3. And to this one, we are going to put 4. Let's press 3. There, it changed it abruptly. Why? Because the first time doesn't have that block. Why? Because imagine that the saving system, which we saw earlier, is responsible for loading, and if I blocked it, it wouldn't be able to load. So the first time that might happen, but now, for example, I press 4 and it starts to go away. But I'm spamming 3 and it's not interpolating back to the fog. This has to finish first. And once this finishes, there it finished. It took the 3 and put the fog back. But you have to wait. There we are. Well, that's also logically, if we change this time to change weather will change as well. We also have other blueprints like the SkyScape. Set our duration to change the duration of the hour, which is this here. So that time goes faster. I mean, we're going to put this here, and we're going to place another one here. We will set this one to 1 and this one to the default value, which is 3600. So now if I press 3, the time goes much faster because this parameter was set to 1. And if now we're going to wait for it to become day, I press 4. This parameter is set again. If I press 3, the sun moves very fast. And if I press 4, the present sun returns to a real speed. Meaning this would be that 3600 is 1 hour, which lasts the same as an hour in real life. Also, another thing, okay. And the last thing we will see in this part is that as a developer, we can also change these parameters from here. We can hit play, change it, and increase this time from there, kind of without needing to use any blueprint. we can change these parameters from here, right? However, it's not recommended to change these parameters while you're running because they can cause some problems, although the calculations are redone and after a few seconds it fixes itself, but it is not advisable to change them while it is running. Then here we have this thing here which is about the sun, where the sun rises from the east, from the west, from the north or the south. For example, if we were to say, let's put it more, make it a little later, 1500 hours, because if not, it won't be visible here, but otherwise it will be quite annoying and we'll tell it to come from the north. We press play and the sun is there. Let's add a couple of objects to orient ourselves. Let's put a cube here to know which direction this is. A sphere on this side and ready. With that we will know now the sun is on the side of the cube, meaning this is the north. If now I told you where it is here, they have it come from the south. If I look towards the cube, it's not not there. It is on the opposite side because the sun rose from the south. It will also change depending on whether we tell it to rise from the north or the south. It changes the side it rotates towards. Afterwards, we have the east, and the west, which the west is there and the east. That's there, meaning opposite to this box, meaning opposite to this sphere. Well, with that, part 7 is complete. In the next tutorial, we will look at the landscape materials to apply all the snow and rain effects. So see you there in part 8 to explain all of that.